welcome back. It's not Thursday. It is Friday. That feels weird now. Everything's all off. I don't like it, any of it. What the hell?
That's okay. That's okay.
It is currently it's Friday. It's February 12th, 2016. And this is Cards in Hand, episode 2.
Episode 2.
I wasn't here yesterday because I was at a hockey game and we lost, so.
Yeah, that's okay.
It was a good game, though. It was a really good game, but. Well.
It's hard to be mad when it's a good game.
Yeah. I've only recently started getting into real sports, not digital ones. So I'm not qualified to make certain calls, but some of those refs were bullshit. Just saying.
Oh, dude, man, that's just Minnesota sports. Being a Minnesota sports fan, all the refs are BS. Like football.
It almost seems like that's part of being any sports fan is saying the refs are bullshit.
I know, but Minnesota's like.
Somehow Minnesota's just like it's just the worst. Yeah.
It's just slightly worse. Yeah.
I don't know if that's exactly how that works, but
for football, Tennessee Titans probably have the worst refs, but.
Do we even still have a football team? I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, we did really good, and then we beat Green Bay for the North Division, so we became the North champs. So fuck you, Wisconsin, by the way. And go suck a dick, Green Bay. And then we lost in the playoffs, but we got really fucking.
Wait, we lost in the playoffs? Wow, that never happens to us.
We never get to the playoffs with the Vikings. Like
the last time I cared about Minnesota football was I think 16 or 17 years old, and it was like we were real close, and we just like one of our dudes just choked. Can't remember who it was, but it was like a field goal kick, biffed it, and just lost it, and
that was the playoffs game. Is that the one you're talking? You're talking about Vikings,
this happened. Right? This was like 15 years ago though.
Oh, that just happened, like...
No, I know. That's why...
Yeah. Okay, of course, when that happens, the memes, the internet just attacks. So, like, right. I saw this one where someone took a screenshot of Madden on, like, their PS4, and they purposely made, like, their kicker go way over here, and then kicked it like this for the field goal, and they're like, nailed it.
That's awesome. That's pretty awesome.
Oh man! So what did you do this week, man? You partied, or you just went to the Wild game? You
just
partied,
went
or
to the Wild game, partied. I started making different colored sushi. I made blue sushi tonight, which is really just it's just dyeing the rice water, right?
Yeah.
To like make it look all fun and stuff. It actually ended up pretty cool.
Rainbows. Isn't there a roll called the rainbow roll?
If there's not, I'm going to invent one.
No, I think it is.
God, that would be a lot of work, though. You'd have to like make several different batches of rice.
Yeah.
I don't really want to do a rainbow one, but
I think it's just like they just call it that because I think there's like 3 different types of fish on it or something. There's like crab and.
That sounds right. I did beat Witcher 3, like shortly after the show last week.
Yeah. It's legit. Yeah, I'm gonna be making sushi next week, hopefully.
Nice.
For the first time. But this dude in the chat, Mac289, he's like German. He's like big on German dishes, and he sent me a couple of recipes for German dishes, so I'm all about that.
Are you gonna have that really gross thing that we love here, lutefisk?
Lutefisk? I've never tried it, but I feel like as a Minnesotan, I have to.
Nope.
Don't do it.
Nope.
Soaked in lye. Don't do it.
It's like liquid. It's like liquid fish. I'm good.
Just like curdles in your mouth.
I think I'm good on that one. Thanks, though.
This week in Sam's gaming world, last week after the show, I started Chrono Trigger because the last time I beat it was with my brother when I was really young. So I guess I technically didn't really play it or beat it. Like me and Sudi just kind of played together, but
right.
My brother Sudi Booty. But I played it this time, and it's so weird. Like there's a point where you get to the game where you could literally go to the last boss right away.
Mm-hmm.
Would I advise you to do that? No. But then it gets to the point where you do the last story, that's actually the main
I do have to interrupt you. Lutefisk is Norwegian, not German. My bad.
Oh yeah, because But yeah, no, I will try Lutefisk.
No, you won't.
I will, dude. You know what? I will get some Lutefisk like one day before the show, and I will try it on camera.
Okay, I might throw up watching you eat Lutefisk.
Yeah,
that's entirely possible. That could actually happen.
But then you get to the end, and then the old guy at the end of time or whatever tells you, well, many paths lie ahead of you, and you can do them if you want. Blah blah blah. So I decided to do them. It didn't take me that long to do all of them. But man, that game is really good.
I do have the message you sent me. It says, "Just beat Chrono Trigger. It made me cry up in this bitch." I just wanted to make sure. I wanted to read that out for everybody. That's what I opened my phone to earlier.
Well, because man, shut up.
No, man. Sometimes games get you right in the feels.
Yeah, I like that game, and I do want to play the DS one just because it has that extra final boss at the end, which is kind of cool. But
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's like a statute of limitations on spoilers for video games, right? Would you say if a game's like 10 years old, it's probably okay to just freely say what happens?
I think it's okay.
You think it's okay? So, how about like 5 years? Is that like pretty okay?
5 years?
Mm-hmm. I mean, in 5 years,
I think
you've
it's
had
okay.
a good amount of time to like play it yourself. So here's my question: Final Fantasy VII came out a long time ago. When that remake comes out, what's the rule there?
Oh, like when you get to like the part?
Yeah. So like even now you don't want to say it, right? Because that game isn't out yet and it's coming out. So it could be a spoiler for anybody who doesn't know what happens. What's the rule here?
I feel like but no, here's what I think. I feel like the rule is, and Admiral Akbar can back me up.
If you can Google it, it's not even an issue.
Yeah. No, I feel like the people who are excited about FF7 Remake are the people who have already played it.
True. However, there are people born now after Final Fantasy VII even came out in the first place that are old enough to see this and be like, "Damn, that looks fun."
Like, right? Yeah, like when they was kids, the game was Final Fantasy 13.
Right.
And, they want to go back and play the other ones. Yeah, that's a good point.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting because they don't care about anything in Final Fantasy VII right now. They will when the remake comes out in like 18 years or whenever the hell it's coming out. But which, by the way, I just want to say how nice it is to actually be able to say the words. The Final Fantasy VII remake is coming out soon,
and have it be like a real thing. Like you're not just like dreaming.
I remember so long ago when this was in like the internet's infancy a little bit before it was so easy to just find everything out. When the first screenshots of like Dirge of Cerberus came out, right, and like Advent Children, we didn't know what that was. We were like, "Oh my god, is this the remake?" And then like
back when Game Informer was still a huge magazine.
Also the PlayStation 2 like tech demo that came out with Cloud jumping off the train. We were like, "Oh my god, it's finally here."
People were like,
it's been a very emotional 20 years. Oh my god.
Wait, hold on. Oh shit. For real.
I'm just really excited. I want to play it so damn bad.
I feel like, man, I wonder if they're gonna add like a new character. That'd be cool. Like
no. I hope no. I hope not.
Oh,
look, I'm already. I don't know. We'll see. Look, I don't know how much I want to complain right now about this because this isn't even like on our this isn't even like on our topics for the night. But the fact that it's like a multi-episodic game now, screw them. Okay, that sucks. I'm so mad about that.
Was kind of lame. Yeah.
It took 20 years to get that game to even come out. Now it's gonna take like another 4 or 5 years to play the thing fully. Nah, come on, man.
Final Fantasy fans are like, fuck, and then Kingdom Hearts fans are like, okay.
Well, no, Kingdom Hearts is fine as long as you have a cell phone and a bunch of mobile devices and shit.
Yeah, DS, golden, a PSP, a 3DS, a PS2, or a PS3. Actually, all you need is really a PS3. You
Well,
just buy the
now,
remixes.
yeah.
No, now, yeah.
Here's my fear for the Final Fantasy VII remake, and I think we'll just move on from there. But if it's episodic and the first disc or episode is just Midgar, that's gonna suck. Midgar's like
Yeah.
super like depressing and dark, and it's got like some really cool stuff in it. But man, like the best part of Final Fantasy VII is getting out of Midgar to the big open
Right.
world, and it just sucks because it feels like that's like the most natural like break point. So
Yeah.
anyway, Final Fantasy 15 gets announced next month. Finally,
Oh yeah, dude.
right?
I
March.
am excited for 15. For sure. I am super excited for that.
Oh my god. Okay. Anyway.
Anyway,
It was somebody's birthday this week.
oh yes. Yes.
Good old Blizzard Entertainment turned 25, still younger than me.
25 years old, man. They're the same age as me. What
You
was
were
your
born
first?
when Blizzard came out?
Yeah, I was.
Nice.
When was your what was your first Blizzard experience?
Technically, it would have been Rock and Roll Racing, but I didn't know that was before I knew Blizzard as Blizzard, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And then Lost Vikings. When I knew who Blizzard was, it was Warcraft 1, obviously.
Yeah.
On our school had like my homeroom had a really shitty computer on it, but it had Warcraft 1 installed on it as well as like SimCity 2000.
Nice.
But like I played it a little bit there, but it wasn't until I got Warcraft 2 on my Sega Saturn that was like my first real serious like sit down and play Warcraft games.
Sega Saturn, man.
Sega Saturn. I still have that copy. Actually, it's over there in front of my TV. But I have the original Warcraft 2, the Tides of Darkness expansion plus base game on Sega Saturn. Yes, and it was
Saturn.
just as hard to play as it sounds like on a Sega Saturn.
Freaking sorry, Mac. Freaking my first, I guess you could say that my first technical experience would have been with Lost Vikings, because we rented it from Video Update. Oh, shout out to Video Update for getting me into all the good games.
Isn't there like a Video Update around somewhere now?
I don't know.
I thought I was just told about this.
Please Google it,
That's
because
what I'm
I
doing right
will go drive there right now. The last Video Update I had known to be was
Bro.
when I was in Inver Grove Heights. That one was still there. And that was like 3 years ago when I went to go pick up Trisha from when she worked with my mom.
Yeah.
In Inver Grove Heights. But I don't know why I got there all super early. I was waiting around, so I was driving around. But yeah, I guess it would have been Lost Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess my first like experience where I knew this is a Blizzard game, and they make Warcraft and they do this, was Diablo 1.
Yep. See, I never got into any Diablo games up until 3.
Oh, really?
Yep. Diablo is not a
awesome.
series I ever played.
Diablo 2 is probably still my favorite. I don't know. Like my brother said, I never played 3. I just never got it. And then my brother was all excited about it. He played it for like however many months and then just kind of got bored with it.
What was your brother's paladin's name on Diablo 2? Was it
On
Diablo,
Diablo
2?
2 it was on Diablo 2 is I poop crosses.
That's...
And then so then when me and him were doing our dual quest thing, he was a paladin, or I was a paladin and he was a necromancer, and he named his guy I Have a Boner because he made his necromancer a bone mancer.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes perfect sense to me. So.
And then for Diablo 3, okay, so there's this like long running joke with like just a bunch of my friends and my family about my mom's cat Paco because he's just a big dick. So, like, he named all of his kids on Diablo 3. So if he had a monk, it was Asian Pacho.
Right.
He had a barbarian, it was Viking Pacho. And, like, he just like kept going. Like, it's stupid. Yeah, no, Pacho's stupid. Shout out to Pacho, OG. But yeah, that was my first Blizzard experience. I remember being scared of it even, like, because all Diablo 1 was you going downwards into hell each floor.
Yep. Yep.
It wasn't like Diablo 2 or 3 where you were going to different places outside and everything.
Right.
In the desert and the snow and all that shit.
Mm.
And the first boss was on the third basement 3, the third way down. And the first boss was called the Butcher.
Yep.
And there's this room, and he was in that room, and all that room was rotted flesh, blood everywhere, because he had just been in there butchering bitches.
Yep. The Butcher is in Diablo 3.
Yep, yeah, he is.
He's also in Heroes of the Storm, which is fun.
Yeah. But here's how you can tell how old this game is. You can pick up his cleaver, right, and use it as a weapon. But when you attach it, it's just like a regular looking axe thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like
it didn't have like a fun model to it or anything like that.
No, not at all. Not at all. And then in Diablo 2, they kind of like got better at it, but there were still some things that were just like the same looking. But yeah, that was my first Blizzard experience, and
that's cool.
I'm okay with that. In other news, gaming news, I saw the trailer for Doom 2, or not Doom 2, but the new Doom.
Yep.
I say Doom 2 because it's my favorite Doom, but when the trailer is like, I don't know if it's gameplay or not, but it's just like a first person, like it's like a guy going around shooting.
As a general rule of thumb, anything that they ever put out as a trailer is not gameplay. It's
right.
We've learned that from Ubisoft has taught us that many times over again over the past like 10 years. We all know. Yeah, we know what you guys are doing, but
yeah. But I saw monsters from Doom 2.
That's cool.
And in Doom 3, it's like Doom 3 was just bad, you know, because it was just like alien shit. Yeah. It was hell. There were demons, but they just looked like goopy alien people. But I'm like, okay, I'm down with this throwback. I'm okay with this. This looks sick. But yes, I'm excited for that. Go watch that trailer. It's cool.
I've never been like a big first person shooter. Like I played a little bit of Doom. I actually really liked Wolfenstein back in the day. But Doom I never got into.
You got into Blops. We played Blops at your house a couple times.
Only because my friends played it. Actually, Rainbow Six that was my jam. Rainbow Six Vegas and Vegas 2 that was wonderful fun. I did
Rainbow
like
Six.
a lot.
Rainbow Six Vegas was really fun. I think
it was. It still is too. Like it still is. If you load up Rainbow Six right now, Vegas, you will have a good time playing it.
Yeah. Yep. Tom Clancy.
Dude.
Yeah.
Oh, there's another cool thing too. So The Division's coming out like really soon. The Division is like that open world kind of. It's like a Tom Clancy MMO kind of.
Oh, smaller, really?
Kind of, sort of. It looks cool, but it's kind of hard to describe. It's kind of like an MMO, but not really. Like it's squad based, but yeah. Anyway, so it's being released like on everything right now, right? And they're actually getting, this is so cool because like for a long time, the big war between the consoles and the PC is all about like frame rate, right? Graphics, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyone who's like a console player usually doesn't really understand the difference between 30 and 60 frames per second, right? Because a lot of games are locked at 30. You just don't see it on like when you're playing your games, you just don't see it. PC users do see it because we sit right in front of our screens. We can tell. The Division actually has a graphics like menu where you can actually turn down certain graphic settings on the console versions now, just like a PC has, so that you can get higher frame rates and stuff like that. That's cool, crazy. Actually.
That's crazy.
Like that's not a thing that's on console games ever. Like they usually just try to like hide that part. They sweep it on the rug. They say, "Oh no, that doesn't exist." But everyone on PC knows it exists because we sit and fiddle with our crap all the time to get it to run just how we want. So that was like really interesting. Just because you said Tom Clancy, I just totally thought about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, The Division is tight.
I just watched the trailer on Steam.
Oh, did you?
It does look pretty cool. Yeah.
So like, yeah, it's like really weird. It looks like it'd be fun to get into if you had like a squad of people to sit and play with, you know.
Yep.
But anyway, yeah, go ahead. Moving on. Gaming news. Street Fighter V CG trailer just came out. And I know we've seen a bunch of trailers already for Street Fighter V. We've seen a bunch of character trailers. But no, this is like the actual like trailer. Right. I'll play it while you talk.
Cue it up.
By the way, I did fix our. Your camera is zoomed out properly now.
Oh yeah.
On the screen, I did fix it. Jackasses.
But yeah, man.
This looks so cool.
It looks fucking cool,
dude. I dig the art style in this one.
Yep, I dig it too.
I really dig it.
And I did pre-order it too, so I was in the beta when they opened. Well, it was open beta, but there was only open 4.
Right. Yeah, you sent. I played in one beta. just
yeah.
one. Yep. I had a interesting time in the beta. That beta was really weird. I didn't really like how it was set up. I didn't like it. As somebody who's not proficient in Street Fighter, I was just trying to get in there and like learn how to play really quick, but like you couldn't shut off like your like matchmaking.
Yeah.
So I would get into like just like a match against the computer, and I'd play, and I'd just start to like learn a character a little bit, and then boom, I'd be like drawn into a match with like somebody like you, right? Who would just completely decimate me, and I'm like, this game sucks. I don't want to play this game anymore. And then like I'd load it back up and get in there a little bit again, and then boom, and I'm like, this sucks. I just want to play against the computer. That's like all I want to do. I just need to like, get in there. The last time I played a Street Fighter game for real was like Street Fighter 2 Turbo Championship Edition. Okay.
I mean, just like anybody who, any of us fighters who get a fighting game, right away that's new to us. We wanna, play in the training mode or the tutorials,
Right.
And then, people gotta ruin shit.
Yeah.
Why you gotta ruin shit? Like.
Well, I can like totally understand. Like it was a beta. Like they wanted to test out network functionality and all that kind of stuff. That makes perfect sense to me. But man, I was just mad. It's like I couldn't like play it. I couldn't like get into it. Right. It did feel a hell of a lot better than. I don't like 4. I hated 4 so bad. Oh my god.
And here's the thing. And let's move in.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just move into the main topic here, or one of the 2 main topics tonight, which is Street Fighter 5. Mm-hmm. Here's why I'm excited, and I don't know if I mentioned it enough when we did our show before, but now that we are Cards in Hand Entertainment, I'm gonna talk about it. So fuck y'all. Mm-hmm. Street Fighter 5. I'm big on fighting games. I have been. One of the first games I got on Super Nintendo for Christmas was Street Fighter 2. Just loved it. Loved it. Right. Loved Mortal Kombat growing up. Loved Dude, Mortal Kombat growing up was like that thing. It was like, I don't want you playing this, mijo. It's too violent, Dude, my mom just yelling at me.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Best
yeah, dude, I got that on Super Nintendo. Right when so when the N64 was a big thing, and even GameCube started. Actually, right when the GameCube came out, Toys R Us in Burnsville by my house was still selling Super Nintendo shit, which was weird. So that's where I bought Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 because I really wanted it. And I still had a working Super Nintendo. But anyway, I'm big on fighting games. I go to tournaments, not as often as I'd like to. It's just that our fighting game community is about like an hour drive from where I live.
Sure.
Although it is only about a 20-minute drive from where I work, so I could go after work some days. But in the wintertime, I just like don't want to go anywhere. It's just, like,
right.
It's fucking cold. There's a wind chill advisory here in Minnesota tonight, so shut up.
Dude, it's gonna get so cold. Oh, it's already super cold out.
Yeah.
It sucks.
But because I know we got a couple viewers on right now that are not in Minnesota. So.
Right. It is really cold.
Yeah, so fuck you guys because I know you're in California. Anyway, in Tennessee. But I'm just big on fighting games, okay? Street Fighter is one of my favorites. Capcom was striving really good in the fighting game world during PlayStation.
It's 12 degrees out right now, yeah.
There you go. Weather app, booyah.
Yeah. That's not with wind chill, by the way. Anyway.
Weather with wind chill, it's like -20.
That's pretty bad.
Something.
Yeah.
But, they had rival schools, Street Fighter Alpha 3, X-Men vs. Street Fighter. Capcom was just killing it.
Who did Power Stone?
Capcom.
Oh, dude! Oh my God, Power Stone's so great.
Yep. That's when Capcom was just awesome.
Wait,
they had their
who
niche.
did Marvel vs. Capcom? I'm just kidding.
I wonder. X-Men vs. Street Fighter became Marvel.
It was DC that did it.
It was DC, yeah. DC Comics did Marvel's Capcom. Fucking yeah, and in the fighting game community, we have to call it Marvel.
Marvel. Dude,
Marvel.
MVC2 on Dreamcast, best port, best game ever made.
Dude, the Dreamcast though. Okay, when the Dreamcast was huge, X-Men vs Street Fighter.
It's still huge.
Marvel's Cap. All the fighting game ports, all the King of Fighters ports, and Capcom fighting game ports on that system were the best ports.
Absolutely.
Not even trying to be hipster. Anybody in the fighting game community will tell you that.
It's
Real
true.
talk.
It's true. I mean, yeah, it was like the best version other than the arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Actually,
even
I would
Rivals...
say that it was better than the arcade because it didn't cost as much to play.
Yeah,
just straight up. That's like
because it didn't cost me shit. I ain't got no quarters.
Right.
But even the sequel to Rival Schools, Project Justice, was on Dreamcast.
Right.
They didn't even port it to the PlayStation. They just said, nope, let's go straight for the Dreamcast.
Because Dreamcast was the best console ever made. It still is. I swear to God. Oh my God. I've never loved a console as much as I love that damn thing.
Yeah. Yep. Even Admiral Akbar knows. Okay.
Phantasy Star Online, I'll never forget.
Phantasy Star Online, dude. I think Mario played the shit out of that. I'm pretty sure he did.
Crap.
My cousin Mario, he's like, I remember he had a Dreamcast and he'd always put Sonic Adventure on for us when we would go over there. And Sonic Adventure was sick. I love Sonic Adventure.
Yeah.
But Street Fighter V. Here's my excitement and here's my complaints. My excitement for it is that it's simpler and makes it accessible to new fighters who are new to the scene, but not simpler to the point where it makes it lame for veteran players. And that I really appreciate, because Street Fighter 4 was really annoying to try and like learn all the mechanics.
Boy,
do stuff.
Tell me about it. Am I right?
Yeah. Like, and speaking of, Joel and fighting games and me in fighting games, this will be a barrier of entry episode. It will.
Yep.
So it, when we come out with that show, stay tuned. But Street Fighter 4, you had focus attacks, right? Mm-hmm. So it was like a whoosh, right?
Yep. And
if they hit you while you were doing that motion, then it would get negated and then whatever. But the thing is that you could cancel super moves or moves with the focus, and then you could dash away, and that was called the focus attack dash cancel. That fucked everything up hardcore. Like, it just made so many options, but the thing was that it was hard to do, especially, and I'll just use this as an example. I know it's not the same, but to do it, like, here's your two punches right up here, right? Or up here. You had to hit these two to do it, so that's your whole fucking thumb.
Right.
And, half the time your whole fucking thumb is not going across that. And I used an arcade stick, but even so, it was still hard for me to do this, and then dash, and then do other things.
Right.
Veteran players will just be like, oh, it's no problem, it's whatever, blah, blah, I'm okay with it. But a lot of the veteran players in my community will even tell you, no, I hate focus attack dash canceling. I hate dash canceling, and I hate I hate this, I hate that. It was so dumb.
Right.
Like, it's really dumb. It's really annoying. And it made it hard for me to play certain characters I wanted, because some characters were really big on the dash canceling. Street Fighter V, yeah, you have the V skill, right? So you have to utilize that in battle now. But each character's V skill is different. So, like Ryu's, for example, it just powers up his moves.
Okay.
So his Hadouken becomes more thunderous. His Shoryuken becomes enchanted with, like, electric currents. And then Charlie's V skill is he, like, does, like, a ninja disappear over to, like, the other side or above the opponent. So when your opponent picks a character, you have to be like, okay, I know his V skill is this.
Right.
So I have to be careful for when he does it or whatever.
Right.
It's nothing. There's no, like, anything confusing about it. You know what the V skill is. Okay, work your way around it. Try and figure that out.
Yep. It's just like playing any, like, it's like playing Hearthstone. If you know what deck your opponent has, you can play around it. Stuff like that, right? Yeah, but that's, like, really hard and intimidating for a person who just wants to get into the series. right? Like,
Yeah.
because I literally understood none of what you just said. Like,
Yeah, right.
because in my head, I'm thinking back to the days when I would play like Mortal Kombat and be like, I want to play Liu Kang because I like the way he looks, and he does that really pretty. He does a projectile. Like back in the day, that was like the extent of differences in the characters. Is like they had just different special moves that they could do, right?
Right.
But everybody had the ability to destroy each other, right?
Yes.
It wasn't like a rock paper scissors game necessarily.
No, and Street Fighter 4 was very much that.
When did
Street
that
Fighter
start
4.
happening in fighting games? Period. Because that I actually don't know
I
when
don't.
that
That's a
happened.
good question. See, for me, I would just say Street Fighter 4, but I'm betting it happened way before.
Oh,
that.
it definitely did because Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Do you remember why they didn't put a lot of characters in? Because they didn't want like clones, right? They wanted
Yeah.
each character to be unique and different, which made the roster garbage in that game. By the way, and it took away most of the fun of the second one, right? The second one was so fun because there was 7,000 characters you could pick.
7,000.
And like, yeah, okay, there was like 3 different versions of Ryu, right? There was like there was Ken, Ryu, and Akuma, right? Or Akuma.
Yeah.
And
Ryu,
they all
Ken,
played the
Akuma.
damn same, right? It just didn't matter. Like, and then Dan was in there too. Like, come on.
Yeah.
I want to pick Dan.
Dan, dude, you know what I always forget that his fighting style is called Psycho style, and that translates to best style or strongest style. It's like, God, you're such a douchebag. Like, but that's why he's a joke, and that's why it's funny. But
he was a joke. Right?
Yeah. But that's a good question. I know for me, I would definitely, and just in my like competitive fighting game experience, it'd be Street Fighter 4 for me when the matchups rock paper scissors things started happening, because there were just characters who were just bad, and then there were characters who were good, but against a good number of characters they were bad.
Right.
You know, like, oh, like I like get into a match and then like somebody behind me like, ooh, bad matchup. Oh shit. And it's like,
Crystal Knight mentioned talk about Deadpool. Deadpool's the best character in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, hands down.
oh yeah, which brings me to the next.
I can't talk about the movie because I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it yet, no. But
It's so bad.
But my complaint with Street Fighter 5 so right now is that
Deadpool's not in it. I know.
Yeah,
why would they not?
Deadpool's not in it, right? Dude, he was the best in Marvel vs. Capcom 3, and he was good in Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Oh, and yeah. And they didn't put Jin in there, and I'm mad. Or Captain Commando, but whatever.
Yeah, Jin.
That was my team. It was Jin, Captain Commando, and like Akuma. Like that was like, forget about it. Man.
Jin Saotome. I actually, just only last year played the game that he comes from on an emulator. It's actually a weird fighting game, but it's fun.
Yeah. Anyway.
My big complaint with Street Fighter 5 is, the beta. No, I'm just kidding. But
the beta for the game comes out in 4 days. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm so excited, and that's why we're talking about it, because it comes out next week. But Street Fighter 3. Okay, so Street Fighter, from Street Fighter 2 all the way up until Alpha. You know, you saw a lot of the same characters. You saw, Ryu, Ken, Balrog, the original 8, and all that shit. You saw them a lot, okay? And then Alpha, you saw some new characters with the original 8.
Sure.
And then Street Fighter 3 came out, okay, and it was literally Ryu and Ken and 8 other people that you've never seen before.
Right.
It was just new shit, okay? And then... when I walked up to the arcade cabinet for the first time when I was a kid, I didn't think I was playing a Street Fighter game. I thought I was just playing a fighting game.
That's because it took them 20 years to put out Street Fighter 3. Those characters got old and died.
Yeah.
Okay? Dude, I can't even express to you. When I was a kid, I was under 10. Yeah, I was under 10. I would read my damn Game Informer, and they would make jokes in the April Fool's issues about Street Fighter 3 finally coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, this was so long ago. So it's like 22 years ago or something like that. They were making jokes then about how they're finally going to come out. So.
But freaking But even when they did the 2 new ones, Street Fighter 3 Second Impact, Giant Attack, and Third Strike, it was still just Ryu, Ken, Chun-Li, and Akuma, and the rest of them were just new guys.
I remember when 3 did come out, there was the April Fool's joke about when 4 is gonna come out. It was like 2085. Anyway, go ahead.
2085.
Okay, got it.
But then Street Fighter 4 came out, and it just brought everyone back with 4 new characters, and then they added like Juri and Hakan or whatever,
Right.
and Oni, and okay, cool. Street Fighter 4 is still fun. Blah 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 blah. And then Street Fighter 5 gets announced, right? And all we see is Ryu and Chun-Li. And I'm thinking, oh shit, this is gonna be sick. You know, we're gonna see some new faces. Nah, dude, they just brought back like Ryu, Chun-Li, and Ken. And
if I'm not mistaken, isn't 5? Isn't that being put out to be built upon?
What do you mean?
Am I thinking of a different fighting game? I thought with 5 they were gonna put that one out, and then that was gonna be like the Street Fighter game for like years and years to come now, because they're just gonna keep adding new characters in.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's why where my complaint kind of ends, because
well,
they're gonna add new characters.
Time out here, because Marvel vs. Capcom 3 said that as well, and we all know what happened there. They added like 4 characters, and they were like, "We're done."
Yeah, fuck you, Disney. Anyways.
Wow, that game was garbage. I want to see, who did they actually end up adding?
I still love Beauty and the Beast, so don't condemn us.
Aladdin's still good.
Here we go. We're not gonna get into this. I'm not gonna get.
Aladdin's the best fucking Disney movie of all
time.
We're
not gonna do this.
Shut your mouth.
It's like every time we talk about Disney movies.
Did you know that they announced that the guy at the beginning of Aladdin, who sings that song, is the human form of Genie? Look it up. True story. Look it up.
I'm gonna Google that joint. Yeah, I was excited for Street Fighter 5 to be like a whole new plethora of characters and then some, right? And it wasn't that. But I am excited that they brought back like Karen and Armika and things like that. But I don't know.
What do you think would have happened if they would have just had it come out with all these new characters?
And like Ryu and
people would have been pissed. They would have been like, "Oh, you're not putting in like Cammy? Was it going to be DLC?" Right? Well, like what I'm saying is that people are always going to bitch about everything, right?
True.
So if you come out with a fighting game with a beloved history and don't add all those old characters first, people would be like, "Oh, it was bullshit. I got to pay extra for Cammy." Cammy's a staple in the series.
That is the best thing about Street Fighter 5, though, is that all the characters can be bought with in-game money.
True.
If you earn it.
Exactly. It's so weird, too, because 5 years ago, Capcom would not have done that. I know. In fact, on Cards in Hand before, we've talked about the day that I shattered your poor little perception of games. The day that you learned about DLC. And shit being on the disc as is. Just
Google Street Fighter Cross Tekken DLC on disc, okay?
So, poor little Sam, I feel like he was like 14 years old at this time, even though you weren't. He comes over, he sits down, he's all excited. "Oh, I want to play this." What was it? Street Fighter versus Tekken or whatever.
Cross Tekken.
He's like, "Oh, we're gonna play. It's gonna be awesome." And I was just like, "Dude, you didn't hear about like the bad news?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, all those characters are already on the disc." He's like, "No, they're not." So we looked up videos of people just showing, like, hacking the disc and just be like, here's Blanca, here's, and his face was like, why would they do that?
Shattered my dreams.
It was over. He became a cynical asshole after that.
Dude, I was a po bitch. I wasn't about to buy characters, like, shit. Yeah. But anyway.
That was a fun day.
Fuck you. God.
Fun day.
Let's move on to the next thing before we get on to the second main topic, which is Weiss Schwartz and tournaments. Let's move on to a couple of things. Now, the Super Bowl was last Sunday. Go Broncos. Congratulations, Peyton Manning. I think that's a great way to end your career.
So glad Virginia won.
You mean Denver?
I have no idea. I didn't watch it. I don't pay attention, unfortunately.
Shout out to Nintendo for putting a Pokemon trailer.
Oh, dude, for real. Oh, I didn't even tell you this. So Mario Maker has like all the amiibos, right? You can tap the amiibos on there, and you can actually unlock the costume of the amiibo in Mario Maker, right?
Yeah.
So you can do like a special mushroom block. You hit it, and you become that character. It's really cool. Anyway, they've been doing these like Nintendo special event courses on just like the course world. You play it, they add a new costume, you beat the level, you unlock that costume, right? Like they just did Mewtwo like a couple weeks ago or whatever. Today, to celebrate the 20th anniversary, they released a Mario level that gave you Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Squirtle. But the way they did it is you start the level as little Mario, and there's three what looks like Pokeballs, but they're doors. You pick the door that you want to go into. The first one gives you Charmander. So then you go through a Charmander, like a fire-themed obstacle course, right? And then you finish that obstacle course, you beat the level, you unlock Charmander. So you have to play it 3 times, and each one is a different obstacle course based on that element. So like the Squirtle one is all the ice blocks and like stuff like that. The Bulbasaur one is like all the little plants and shit and like the vines. It was so cool. And so when you are one of these costumes, you can hit up, and your whatever costume you have will make a fun noise. Like I can't think of any. Like the Excite Bike, because one of the costumes is a little Excite Bike dude, right? You hit up and it makes like the sound of when he's like skidding, right?
Excite Bike.
Yeah. So when you're like Charmander, you hit up and it makes the original like Pokedex sound from the original like red version.
Like that. Like,
it is so effing cool. Oh my god. No, that just happened today. I totally forgot about that.
Banana Hammock 69. Good to see you again in our chat room, buddy.
It's true.
How are you guys feeling about the new Pokemon app? He asked.
I don't know. It's not out.
If you're talking about Pokemon Go, it's not out yet.
I will believe it when I see it. How's that?
Like I don't want to have any opinion on it until I play it, because
look, here's the thing.
God knows what's going to happen when that comes out.
Here's the thing about Pokemon Go. If its fun level depends on where you live, it's gonna suck, right?
No, I think it's gonna be okay.
I don't know.
I'll tell you what though.
What?
We should. Oh, go ahead. No, tell me.
I was gonna say, have you ever played Ingress?
No.
Because I have, and I've been in places where I couldn't play it because there was no nodes to hack. So literally, it's like, oh, I can't actually do anything with this app right now.
Oh.
And from what the last thing that I read about Pokemon Go in that sense is that it's populated via population. So if there's a bunch of people in an area that are playing it, it will be more populated in those areas, right? If you live out by yourself in the middle of a farm, you probably won't have anything that you can go out and catch. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This was a while ago and I read that, so maybe something's changed. I don't know, but again, I haven't seen it yet. So when it finally comes out, then I'll play it.
All I hope is that I have a decent phone by then,
where you can actually fit it on there.
My phone sucks. Yeah, it doesn't insufficient storage space. But you know what? I want to get into that. But I want to get into it 2 weeks from in 2 weeks. Because February 27th is the birthday.
Yep.
So I think that week will be a Pokemon episode for sure. Trading card games, video games, movies. Yep. If you didn't cry at Pokemon the first movie, then you're obviously a heartless bitch.
We can literally spend a minute talking about every single Pokemon. How's that? Wait, because there's only like 300, right?
Yellow, red, Y to the squared version.
Dude, did you see the new Pokemon that got released?
That new like legendary, like that gear looking. It looks like a, it looks like a steampunkish like Aztecan like gear thing, which is kind of cool.
Very true.
What's its name?
I don't know. I don't read moon runes, so I don't know. I have no idea.
But let's move on to the next segment here before we get into our main topic for Weiss Schwartz ban list.
Do you want to do the Ninja Turtles thing really quick?
Yeah. Yep. That's what I was talking about.
Okay. Okay.
Yes. So, anyways, like I was saying, the Super Bowl was recently, and
that's
obviously, cool movie trailers were shown during the Super Bowl, and gotta say, Civil War
Oh, dude. Oh my
looks fresh.
God.
Looks
And you know
fresh
what?
to death.
I didn't know that they were doing an X-Men Power Rangers crossover.
Don't play with my
That's
emotions.
so weird. No, because Ivan Ooze is in the new X-Men movie.
I thought you were big.
No. Come on, man. Shit's so dumb. He looks so dumb. He looks so dumb. So dumb. He looks so
You know what
dumb.
else looks stupid?
What?
In X-Men, Psylocke has like her purpley outfit, like her comic outfit, and the rest of them got like their movie black jackets.
Yep. Looks dumb. Dumb as
And then
shit.
I friggin' Ivan Ooze. Okay.
But it's sad because like, even Ivan Ooze looks better, I think. Like I watched that, within the last year.
So Rita is in X-Men Apocalypse confirmed.
Elizabeth Banks actually is cast as Rita Repulsa in Repulsa?
No way.
Yeah, in the movie. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I know. Pretty funny.
That alone made me excited for it because I love Elizabeth Banks.
It's true.
But yeah, dude. Let's get into this. I want to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Here's the Super Bowl trailer for it.
Oh, do you want to play the whole thing?
Roll footage.
You want to play the whole thing? So I'll play the
Roll
whole
footage.
thing. Oh, okay. I don't know what that means, but.
Roll footage.
Hold on, I gotta turn the sound on. Okay, I'm just gonna roll it now.
What are the most important traits of the ninja?
Speed,
So tight.
stealth, and precision.
Hey, buddy! Ugh. That doesn't seem so tough.
Oh man.
Where's Raph? That went well.
Shit.
Starts June 3rd.
Oh my god, I just know that I cannot wait for that movie. Like, I literally I never thought that I would say that about a movie. Oops, that's not the right screen there. I never thought I'd say that about the new Ninja Turtles movies, but holy crap.
So I mean, obviously the first Ninja Turtles movie was whatever. Okay, now
I really liked it.
I really enjoyed it. There was just a couple things about it that really irked me, but as a whole, I was able to just sit back and enjoy it for what it was, and that's what I usually try and do. And plus, I probably really enjoyed it because I expected going into it, I expected it to be complete crap.
That's exactly it. I sat down to watch that thinking, I'm about to get super mad. But it was better than the third Ninja Turtles movie.
It was better than the third Ninja Turtles movie, and it's better than Transformers. It's better than any of the Transformers movies, in my opinion.
Yes. Oh, wait. Okay, no, you keep talking, but right here, you can see, I can't zoom into it. Oh, no, where did it go? There it is.
Find a picture of Apocalypse.
I did. He's on the corner of it. He looks so stupid. He looks so dumb. Okay. He looks so dumb.
But yeah, man. Ninja Turtles 2. Now that the characters are established, there's no like history to be taught or nothing. I can sit back and enjoy this one and not get irked by anything stupid. I don't think. It's produced by Michael Bay, so there's gonna be those one or two things where you're like, oh, come on.
Dude,
but you know what? It's a Turtles movie, and we should be lucky we even got him.
say what you will about Michael Bay, but in the original 3 movies, we never got Krang. We got Krang. Not only did we get Krang, we got Krang in the big, weird, like, bald-headed dude's body.
That's Super Krang, bro.
Whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's Krang from the show, okay?
The show.
He always gave me nightmares when I was a kid. Like, that was the creepiest thing. Just that bald head with the... Oh, it's so weird.
Dude, yeah. Shit was going to be real when you saw Mikey do this thing on a little window thing, like on a machine, and you were like, oh, no. Oh, no. You knew shit was going to be real when you popped your quarter in that arcade machine and you was walking down Manhattan and fucking Super Krang comes up and starts shooting laser beams at your shit.
We got Bebop and Rocksteady, which are so close to the originals. It's actually it's weird to look at them in comparison to the Turtles now, who look nothing like they originally did.
Right.
But like Bebop and Rocksteady look fucking identical.
Yep.
Weird.
Bebop's got the pink mohawk with the purple pink mohawk with the glasses.
And the glasses are the exact same. They got the tiny slits.
Yeah.
They're not even like they didn't give him like stupid retarded oversized glasses, right? To like pay homage to it. No, it's literally the same glasses.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's so cool.
Yeah, and Rocksteady, oh man, I'm calling it now. Like they're gonna be my favorite part of that movie. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you got jokes,
and Rocksteady. Huh? Yeah. Oh, you got jokes, huh? Yeah, dude.
Banana Hammock says. Go ahead.
Let's. Oh yeah, what did Banana Hammock say?
It's a Batman vs Superman.
Yeah,
we'll see.
That's what I want to talk about because this little segment that we're doing right now, and I don't want to go into overtime here. We might go a little long in this episode, but I don't care. YouTube is awesome. This little segment was about comic book movies and watching them on the Super Bowl and stuff. Batman vs Superman.
We'll see.
I think it looks kind of badass. I'm not gonna lie. Lex Luthor kind of bugs me.
I love Jesse Eisenberg, but I don't know what the hell they were thinking.
Yeah, Mark Zuckerberg or whatever.
It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Freaking Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah, but look, I will say that from the last trailer until this one, they fired the people who make the trailers and got better people.
Yeah,
this trailer was sick, by the way. Like,
it was.
Dude, oh my god.
That new one that just came out or whatever.
It's such a roller coaster for me because when they said Ben Affleck is Batman, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm just so done with this.
I think he's badass.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, he portrays it really well, and he doesn't have that stupid ass voice that Christian Bale had. God, I hated that voice so bad.
Why do you want to kill me, Joker?
He just any line he ever said was like, and it was just garbage. So bad. It was so over the top and so dumb.
You either die, hero, or you see it as long as become the villain.
But yeah, like Lex looks like a 25-year-old kid. I don't understand it.
Why do you want to kill you?
Oh, dude, the college humor Batman was the funniest damn thing ever.
It was. That shit was.
What is that? Are you speaking bat?
Yeah, bat. Are you speaking bat?
He just says that after a while. It's so funny.
Let's talk about one more thing, then we'll get into Weiss. I'm just gonna say this really quick. Suicide Squad looks like crap. 2 reasons.
Whoa, but time out again. They fired whoever does their trailers and got better people.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it again. Totally true.
But who's Mike? Because if you're talking about my mic, it's probably because I keep doing this. Oh, okay. Anyways, here 2 reasons. First line. Harley Quinn. They're walking down the street. Harley Quinn busts the window open of a shopping store. And steals the necklace, the jewelry. We're bad guys. It's what we do. And then they keep walking. Second line. By Will Smith as Deadshot. Oh, so you say we're some kind of Suicide Squad?
Oh, they said the name in the trailer. Dude. Look. I see what they were trying to do with Suicide Squad. They were going for like a Guardians of the Galaxy thing, right? But damn, I don't think it's going to be very good at all.
Yeah, no.
I have zero interest in Suicide Squad. I just don't. I don't have a lot of interest in like the DC movies in general. I don't like their like super gritty, serious like take on it. It's like, okay.
Here's the thing. I love DC comics more than Marvel comics, but I love Marvel movies better than DC movies.
Because the Marvel movies are fun to watch. Like
They're fun to watch.
DC movies are like emotional, like dark. You're like, oh my god.
And then you got those fanboy moviegoers who are like, oh, nobody can do anything original anymore. Except when you do it well, like Marvel has. Sit down and enjoy the movie, my friend. Like,
it's true.
And that's probably because you're saying we're some kind of Suicide Squad. Saying the name of the movie in the movie.
So dumb.
If you want to save the world, then you have to put on that cape and become Superman 4, Return to Power.
Isn't that why he wasn't in the new Independence Day movie, which looks like garbage, by the way?
Yeah.
Isn't that why he didn't do that? Because he was in Suicide Squad?
Independence Day Resurgence.
Resurgence? Come on.
Ghost of Georgia 2.
Independence Day 3, The Revenge.
The movie, the movie, the game. Ghost of Georgia.
Ghost of Georgia.
Good Day to Die Hard.
We need to think of like some.
5.
Okay, people need to start opening up like a thesaurus to find other words that mean the same thing that they're trying to say.
Right,
because saying resurgence now is getting really old. Saying
Right.
return of, revenge, blah blah blah. It's garbage. Just it sounds bad.
Alien vs Predator Requiem.
Requiem.
No, best movie name? Dawn of the Planet of the Apes.
Dude.
I can't wait for Night of the Dawn of the Time of the Dawn of the Time of the World of the Planet of the Apes to come out.
Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead.
No, shout out to Max289 who just said in chat, Special Edition Turbo Super, the sequel, the prequel, continuation.
Or Street Fighter, the movie,
5.
the game.
The movie, the game.
That's where it started. That was the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Ghost of Georgia.
How do you make a game based off a movie based off a game? That doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Anyway.
Man, I love these new cards in hand entertainment variety hour.
I do
man. They're
too.
just so fucking fun.
I do too, because this is literally a snapshot of how we just talk to each other normally. This is how these conversations go all the time.
Wait, everything you just said for the past 2 minutes has been a movie title, but you forgot HD remake.
I'm sorry, of Georgia. I'm sorry, I forgot. For anybody who doesn't know that story, Haunting in Connecticut 2, The Ghosts of Georgia is the dumbest movie title I've ever heard.
In Connecticut, Ghosts of Georgia.
Come on, it's so dumb. It's dumb. It's like having a movie called Cats and then subtitle Dogs.
Yeah. Inside. Outside in the rain, 5. We better stop. I'm gonna pee. Let's
Do
go
you
on.
remember when they
Shorts.
just started adding the word "the" and then just redoing the original movie title? The Final Destination?
Yeah.
The Fast and Furious. Do you remember that?
Yeah, they're gonna come out with The Nightmare on Elm Street.
It already was The Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, but then was the new one called like The Nightmare on Elm Street?
Oh my god, I don't know actually.
Oh man, like.
I bet that was literally the same exact name.
Shout out to Mac289. The Ghost of Georgia in the UK, under your bed, in the box, 6. The Nightmare on Elm Street, you mean?
Okay. I think we should save the Weiss thing for next week. It's because it's, it's something that deserves to be talked
we just
about.
fucked around for the last 10 minutes.
See, and this is the downside of the show now not being about one specific thing, is that there's a lot of stuff to talk about all the time, right?
Right.
And
so,
it gets hard.
And you know what? I
Fuck it, do it live.
fuck it. We appreciate the feedback too. So if you're on the YouTube, subscribe and like, comment below. Be like, hey Sam, next time wear your hair down, or hey Sam, next time try and stay on topic about this thing. Or you know what? We appreciate the feedback because we're trying to come back tenfold than when we did this show last year. So, do it up. Tell us what it is. And you know what? I do want to save the White Short stuff anyway, because I want to go over some new set stuff.
Yes.
Too. So, you can donate any cards you guys don't want to.
If anybody would like to see a case opened live on air, send us a case. We'll open it.
Puyo Puyo box opening
Puyo Puyo.
right here.
Nice. Puyo Puyo. So there's a case. What's the box of 3 cases? Carton? Is it a carton? I don't know. Whatever. Send us one of those.
It's like a box, and then a box. 6 boxes go in a carton, and 6 cartons go in a case.
16 boxes go in a carton.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
Then it's 3 cartons go in a case.
Okay.
I think.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Send us 3 of those, and then we're good. But really quick, I want to mention I've actually started playing Until Dawn, right after The Witcher 3.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that game is so tight. It's so good.
I should mention this too. I want to mention this really quick. Last week's show, Mr. Brian Line, one of our longtime viewers, told us about Duelist.
Oh, right. Shit. Yeah, you're right.
And me and Joel played through the tutorial, and that
Immediately
game
after the show, immediately we downloaded it. And
Yeah.
I remember we're both like, we're gonna go to bed. Like, oh, okay, I'll like talk to you later or whatever. And then we're just like clicking. Like,
Yeah.
Dude, did you get through part 2 yet? It's like,
Yeah.
like an hour and a half later.
So I want to talk about that for sure. And anybody out there who plays Hearthstone or Hearthstone, you would definitely like this game. And I invite you to come play with us and come hang out with us when we talk about it, because it's really cool, and I definitely want to play more this weekend for sure.
It is literally chess and a card game rolled into one.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you know what it's kind of like? It's kind of like there used to be this this online browser game called Tactics Arena.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like that, except way cooler and just way more, takes way more thought actually. But yes, looks really cool. It's a really cool game.
Also, Brian Line added me for some Hearthstone. I have not played yet, but I just want to let you know, Brian Line, it's on.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
I'm gonna record it too, just in case I embarrass you. I can play it on the show.
So I want to give my bro of the week to Mac289. He is my co-host on a podcast I do. Shameless plug. Sorry.
It's okay. I literally muted you right as you said that, so don't worry about it.
Did you really?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. You can go to animesummit.net to listen to us. He's always coming on here every week, or since we started. So 2
every
weeks.
week,
Yeah.
like, twice in a row.
But he's pretty cool. He's a cool guy. He's one of my co-hosts on the show. animesummit.net. You can listen to us there and on iTunes. Thank you. So yeah, bro of the week goes to Mac289. Thanks for hanging out, buddy.
I'm gonna give my bro of the week to the Bryans, because on last week's episode, you said, Bryans, I bet any money the second we go off the air, there's gonna be some fan art
by the Bryans.
And sure as shit,
right when we logged off,
I got some notifications, and there they were. One right after the other.
Yeah,
we're good.
That's why what did I give bro of the week to last week?
I don't know, but I give it to myself.
Oh, that's right, you did, you dick.
It's true.
Yeah, so the Bryans, fuck you guys, like, goddamn it.
And you know what? I know it's like Friday, so it's like a weird time. Probably not watching, but tomorrow, probably gonna have some stuff. I did fix the camera, so they can't really rip on me for that this time. I don't know. We'll see. Who knows?
Yeah. So visit us on youtube.com/cardsinhand. Like, subscribe. Follow us on Facebook. Like us on Facebook. Facebook.com/cardsinhandmn. And, I haven't used it in a while, but follow us on Twitter @cardsinhandmn. And I've been Sam. He's been Joel. And we're Cards in Hand Entertainment. Thank you.
Thank you. I also had the animated GIF of Ryu on this whole time. Well, since we started talking about Street Fighter, I totally forgot about that. I looked over at my screen, and he's standing in front of our Cards in Hand pack, just breathing heavily.
Yeah, I went up to Ryu, and he just was like, "Hey, man, can I borrow your lawnmower?" And he said, "Sure, you can."
I was going to cut it.